Hi, my name is Lucas Jones. I am a musician and I live with my parents, 32 years old. Things have gone a little bit differently than I would have hoped as far as my life trajectory is concerned. That said, I'm very happy to be where I am and have the opportunities that I have. And I think that's almost always true so long as you know the right places to look. What I'd like to do with this channel is to document my practice with music. One of my favorite things about music was and is the solitary, quiet, or I should say private, pursuit of getting better at your instrument. I really love just sitting and practicing something, not playing something, not performing. It's the practice that compels me, where I really enjoy screwing up but getting a little bit closer than the last time, maybe, hopefully. And then eventually succeeding and getting that scale or that chord progression to come out the way that I hear it in my head. And even better, to have it feel familiar to my fingers or my hands, whatever the instrument is, the next time I pick up that instrument the following day. So just a note before we get started on watching me fail a whole bunch of times. I want to describe why I'm doing this. I don't see as much emphasis on the pursuit of a goal as I would like to see in our culture. What I mean by that is there's so much emphasis on the result of, you worked such and such amount and then you got the job, or you played the big concert and you got a bunch of new fans, or you sold a bunch of CDs, or you got on TV, or in these days, like, you have a ton of YouTube subscribers, whatever. None of those results usually usually people don't see the journey to get there. And I think that that's an important part of the equation as far as reality is concerned. These things usually don't just happen. They happen because a certain number of inputs were satisfied, that result occurred. And if your goal is to be a fantastic athlete or a fantastic musician, at some point you should probably practice your skill. There is, of course, luck involved, and there's a large social component. Often I think you could be privately quite skilled or talented, but if you don't put yourself out there and try stuff in a social capacity, no one would know. So I think that's part of my aim with doing this. Is I want to show the journey of the practice and practice putting myself out there. Not just practice my skill, but it tends not to come as easily to me to be social. But I do crave that. I had a strong social connection as a kid. I had a pretty close friend group as a kid, and then as I got older, as I think a lot of people probably experience, the number of relationships goes down, and the ones that you retain are strengthened. So that's great. But I feel a lack of connectivity, and frankly, I'm just not sure how to put myself out there these days. And I thought that this might combine two things that are important to me. So yeah, I like the idea of people having access to a more realistic portrayal of the journey towards acquiring skill. Um, I am not a beginner, um, but I also have a long way to go to where I feel like I could get on stage and just really express myself in a way that feels fluid. And I think that that's going to be a lifelong journey. But of course, there are some aspects that I picture as filling in that gap. So um, yeah, without further ado, let's get to some actual practicing. Okay. And quickly, one other thing before I do that. Just thank you for listening. If you're still listening, I thank you. It means a lot to me. And who knows what will happen as this channel goes on into the future. And I put up more videos of me practicing and sharing my thoughts about music. I ran a recording studio for a few years. I've played with different groups, and I feel like I actually went to school for music business, but found I enjoyed the theory and the actual music aspects much more than the industry. Anyway, I just, whatever it is that I'm talking about or doing, know that I am happy that you're here. I mean that. And if you have something to say, please feel free to reach out, whether it's about music or otherwise. I'm here. So yeah, just wanted to say thanks. Okay. Okay, so can you guys see me? Okay, so one of the things that I want to practice these days is learning all of the major and minor scale, or the major and minor triads in all of the keys and being able to play them in any of their inversions. So, and for that to feel normal and fluid. So I'll start by doing it in one hand and then the other hand, and then both hands together at different speeds with the metronome. So that looks something like this. At first, I'll just show you with the right hand. And then back down. Left hand. Both hands. So that's the idea. That's root position. And then to be able to take the first inversion and the second inversion. So if this is root, to then say, okay, instead of C in the bass, C, E, G, we'll do E, G, C. So I'll play it down here. It's just the same. Oh. See, this is where I start needing to practice. Back down. What was that one? And then the last inversion would be, if it's a C major chord, it would be with G in the bass. So. Yeah. How was it? C, B, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, F sharp, F, E, E flat, D, C sharp, C. Woo! So that's the idea. That's the idea. Okay. Something that I'm trying when I find that there's a problem spot for me, like for me, this change from B to, change from B flat to B is challenging. So I am trying to, instead of just grinding out repetition after repetition of the whole thing, just highlighting that problem area and getting used to that transition, both in terms of my fingers and my ear, so that my brain can process it better in the future. Okay. Should do it with the left hand too. Okay, let's try it again. Nope. Sometimes you just gotta keep trying it. Damn it. Another way to make these exercises more challenging and to provoke more errors, of course, It's what we love, making errors. Is to change the articulation. So instead of just doing it really staccato, see if you can get it to be more connected than that. So more legato. It's hard because you have less time to get into the next position. So you really have to know where it is that you're trying to land, the more connected you make the note. And then on top of that, not to have it sound kind of jammy where it's like you want you still want it to sound nice, and so then dynamics come into play. So can you get it to be connected and have the right dynamics that you're looking for, instead of it just feels different. It certainly feels different on your hand. It's harder to play it. It feels worse to play it with all that kind of like force and extra tension in there. Okay. I had it. I second guessed myself. C sharp. So close. Yay! Got it. Okay, so that's pretty much going to be how this works. I will talk and I will mess stuff up. And hopefully over time, I'll get better at the things that I'm messing up, and I'll say smarter things. And you can help me say smarter things by giving me feedback on what sounds dumb. Or if you think that there's actually a prescient aspect to something that I've said, tell me. And that will make me feel good. I'll feel validation from that, and who doesn't like that? So, in seriousness, thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Happy practicing.